good morning, good morning. If you are on this live right here, go to the overnight price action live. The overnight price action live is live right now. Go over there to the overnight price action live. And yes, overnight price action live, we are early. It's brought to you by the old man blotter. So go to the overnight price action live. Go. Yeah. All right. Okay. 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 Take out these doggone AirPods. Now, back continuing what I was saying, right? As y'all trickle in here, for everybody that was on, yo, what's going on? For everybody that was on the other live, for everybody that was on the other live, now, sum up that long thing I was talking about real quick. When I learned that I had to wait on the liquidity run, that changed everything for the ICT concepts for me, right? Now, I still, to this day, get roped in. Hold on, before we do this right here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If it's your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, welcome. I'm continuing from another live I was just doing, and I don't want to lose my train of thought. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind. Now, until when I was, let me move the dollar out the way for a second, right? So blow this up. Let's get over here to like 4 something. Let me put a line. I'll put a line at 4 o'clock. I know it's after 4 when I came in. Okay, here's the 4:30 candle right here. So probably was around this time right here. Probably was around this time right here. Now let's go down to 1 minute and to 1 minute and yep. I zoomed into the right spot because this is what I'm looking for. Now, if you will notice right here, right? Let's come over here, do the chart like this. Right? So, when I come in, right? When I came in, okay, when I came in, now mind you, this buy side line, right, was not up here, right? This buy side line was not up here. The buy side line was, let me find out somewhere. This is AM. Okay. 8:50 p.m. Yes, right here. The buy side line was a buy side line there. Right. It was a buy side line there. It was an internal buy side line. Matter of fact, I could just look at the picture that I shared in the Black Spiders. I shared a picture in the Black Spiders. Okay. 4093.50. $40.93.50. Boom, right there. That's it. $40.93.50. Right. That was the line. Right. And then we had one down here, like further down there at 40.83. Right. So, right. And we had one at 40.83. 40.83. 40.83. It was on the bottom of one of them. Oh, that was on a 1 hour candle. Okay, I had it at the bottom of a 1 hour candle. Okay, because I'm like, why did I put it on 40.83? Where's 4083 at? When the world is 4083? $40.83. Right there. Oh, it's already there. I'm tripping. It's already there. It's still there. I didn't move it. I'm sorry. Oh, if I just looked over there, I would have saw it. Right. So 40.83. Right. It was there already. Let me hide this other stuff so I don't mess none of that up. So I don't mess none of that up. I'm all over the place here. I'm all over the place here, y'all. Oh, I guess I already clicked it. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I was all over the place just now. I know I was. I know I was. Now, what I was saying. What I was saying. All right. Now, right? Right. We come in here, right? Right here. This is what I'm looking at when I'm coming in, right? This is what I'm looking at when I'm coming in right here, right? So, and the reason why I say me implementing the fact, me implementing, like to this day, I still get roped into situations like this right here because I would see a setup that I thought was my setup and I would take it and it would go against me. And I'm like, man, why is it going against me? Right. But by implementing the fact that by implementing the step of requiring a breaker to be formed, right? It had and it has unknowingly forced me to have to wait on the real liquidity run, right? And what I mean by that, right? Once it runs the liquidity on the higher time frame, a lot of times it's ready to reverse, right? It's ready to reverse once it runs it on the higher time frame. A lot of time it's ready to reverse. So by waiting on that breaker, right? That breaker is just the confirmation that it's ready to reverse, right? And waiting on the breaker on a time frame at least the 5-minute kind of adds to that. It's not going to be right every time, but it adds to that. And what it was doing was making me unknowingly wait for the liquidity run, right? I thought I was just waiting on a breaker, but I was unknowingly learning to wait on the liquidity run, right? That's what I was talking about. When I figured that out, that changed everything with ICT concepts. That keeps me calm when I'm looking for my trades. It helps with my patience, but sometimes I still get roped in because when you're sitting in front of the charts, you start to want to trade. You start to want to force your will on the market. You know what I'm saying? You getting fidgety. I just say me. All of that, right? So looking at this, right? So it's coming up, right? And I'm looking, I'm like, okay, we done came up, we done took out this buy side. Now, I'm looking forward to go short, right? When I told you we were dilly-dallying, right? And then we consolidated a little bit. I know y'all probably can't see them candles. Let me move the picture out the way. Don't need it no more. Blow this up. Even go full screen. Mean like Joe Green, right? So we come up, right? We're coming up right here, and we're starting to come back down, right? We're starting to come back down, right? We're coming down, down, baby. Yo, Street in the Range Rover, right? So now, since I've implemented the rule that I needed to run liquidity and then create a breaker, right? As the chart is set up now, right? As the chart is set up now, right? I can't, right? As the chart is set up now, I can't do anything until the market got it's like the market would need to come all the way down here to give me my breaker, right? It would have to come all the way down here to give me my breaker, right? So I can't do nothing because right here, like coming here, it's not giving me a breaker right there, right? And I implemented that, so I'm cool, I'm chilling, right? So we coming down right now. Look, it made a fair value gap right here, right? It came below the consolidation, right? It came below the consolidation and it made a fair value gap right there. Now, the old me would have been like, oh, a fair value gap right there. Let me go short, because we came up, we took out buy side, right? We came down below this consolidation, right? Let me go short right here, right? Let me go short right there. Now, remember what I was telling y'all when I was like, the breaker setups was yielding better results than the mitigation block setups, because if I go from this point here up, right, it didn't take out that high, right, and then it came back below that low, so it would be a mitigation block right up in here, right? So you come up, I'm like, okay, no, boom, that ain't me, right? Went up into the fair value gap, started to come down, right? So now I'm watching it coming down, and now I'm paying attention. I'm like, hey, it's a fair value gap right down here, right? I'm like, it's a fair value gap right down here, right? And I'm like, we took out a high over there. It's a fair value gap right there. I'm like, wait a minute. Let me get my bearing. Let me get my bearing. Let me go up higher, right? So we come in, and as you see, price came down to this area right here, right? And eventually it started going back up, right? Eventually it started going back up, coming down right here into this order block. Boom. We came into that order block, and that order block did its job, and eventually price started to go back up. But coming back over here, as we coming down, I started to notice it's a fair value gap right there. So I said, hey, let's go back up. Let's go back up, right? Let's go back up. Right? I said, hey, let's go back up. Let's go up higher. Let's go up higher. And then that's when I noticed, right? When I went back up higher, I noticed that we had come down here on this 415 candle, right? We had taken out the sell side below these equal lows right here, right? We had taken out the sell side below these equal lows right there. Now this is on 15 minutes, right? Let's see what it looked like on hour. I didn't even check the hour. I just checked it on 15 minutes. Okay, so 15 minutes is where it's at, because the hour ain't, no, I'm before the line. Yes, hourly also. So it's on the hourly also. So there you go. Hourly liquidity also. All right, so let's stretch this out. Boom. So we got hourly too. We got a rejection off of hourly liquidity also. Right? Rejection off of hourly liquidity also. Right? So, excuse me. We had just run hourly liquidity, right? We came up, right? And we had already gotten above this high right there. Right. We just going, since I'm on the hourly, we just gonna do it on the hourly right now, right? Because I did it on the 15-minute, right? So we had gotten back above, right? This high over here, right? That's so coming from up here to down there, right? In between there, you got one, you got two, you got three, right? It's three breakers on this one move right here, right? From right here, this is the high that came down there, right? You got 1, 2, 3 breakers, but since this is the high from that price leg right there, That's the break in market structure we looking at from there, right? Coming from here to here, right? So we can use like, we really can use all these right here, but I'm just gonna use that, since that's just a little dwarf like candle. That one right there, just a little dwarf. Like I'll include it, right? But this is the biggest candle in this little move right here, right? And it's that one just a little doji. It's just, y'all probably can't even see it. Let me spread it out. Right, that one there is just a little. Let me move the arrows. That one there is just a little doji, so I was just using that one. But you could, you know what I'm saying, include both of them, because technically they're all up close candles. So technically that'll be the whole breaker right there, right? And you would be giving it, for the breaker to do its job, you would be giving it back to the low of this candle for the breaker to do its job. Even if you just mark out that candle right there, you'll keep in mind that this is actually the high and that's actually the low of the breaker. Okay, now back to what I was saying. Now we had just, now me coming in the middle, you know what I'm saying? Now let's go back down to the 1 minute, right? Now we got it marked out on the hourly now, right? We got it marked out on the, okay, we got the breaker marked out, and then we have a hourly fair value gap there. We got an hourly fair value gap there. This is our breaker, bullish breaker, 1 hour. Right. Then we got a order block. We got an hourly order block right there. I don't trade order blocks, but we got an hourly order block right there that lines up with the breaker. That's I'll mark it. I don't trade the order blocks, but I'll mark it. All right. See, I don't have anything in there for order blocks, so I don't have anything in there for order blocks. Let's see. I'll put it a weird color, blue. We'll make it blue because I don't, so it'll stand out so I know what it is. Okay. And then, okay, nothing here, nothing here. And that's below the breaker. So I'm not worried about that because that's below the breaker. So that's the hourly stuff on. Now we've, you know what I'm saying, we've come up, we've got a breaking market structure. And in the wake of the breaking market structure, we got a fair value gap right here and an order block right there. So that's the hourly setup, right? Which was not marked on my chart. Now, when I go back down to the 1 minute, let's go for 1 minute. Is this the, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was marking a freaking 1 minute. I think I was marking the 1 minute. Yeah, I was marking everything out on the 1 minute. Okay, that's the hour. I'm all over the place, man. Freaking thing was on 1 minute. Yeah, it was the hourly breaking market structure. 15 minute. Okay. Let's go back. All right. 15 minute. That was the we took it, we went up, we took out. Okay, so the 15 minute fair value gap right there. Move out of the way. I was marking the freaking 1 minute, 15 minute fair value gap right there. I was marking it with the knowledge of knowing we had just ran liquidity, right? So 15 minute fair value gap right there, right? So now you got a humongous 15 minute breaker right here, right? Huge 15 minute breaker right there. And then the 15 minute fair value gap right there, right? So now it's marked up on the 15 minute. All right. And from peak to trough, that's mean threshold, right? So That's the 15-minute run. Hourly, I didn't mark the hourly. Thought I was on the hourly, but on the hourly, everything pretty much lines up the same, right? Just your breaker would be one candle over on the hourly. That'll be the breaker on the hourly instead of the red one right there. Right, same spot. Now let's go back down to 1 minute. Now coming back to 1 minute with everything marked on the 15-minute chart, right? Now, see, because before I was marking it with the 15-minute levels noted on the 1 minute with the 15 levels, the knowledge of the 15 levels, but I was marking everything on the 1 minute, right? But now that I, you know what I'm saying, come in and sit down where price is, looking at it now with everything marked from the higher time frame, right? This right here is telling a total different story now. You know what I'm saying? This little move up here, right? This looking at this takeoff and take out that buy side right there that we had the line, that's giving a total different story now, right? The story is given now is that this low is coming up and taking out this high over here, right? That's the story is given. This low is coming up, taking out this high over here, and then we're coming back down, looking at, you have a fair value gap right there from the 15-minute, right? Now you can see, okay, I got a fair value gap in an order block right here on the 1 minute. Now it's telling a total different story because now, because I implemented the fact that I needed to come down and make a breaker, it made me wait and not fall into taking this short right here, right? Let's just say if I fell in and took that short right there, right? At that, we're going to do institutional order flow entry drill on this right here. The high of that candle is 49 95.25. And so we went in at that the close of it at, at 90, yeah, 95.50. We went in at the close of it right there, 95.50, right? To get 5 points out of that, I needed to come all the way down here to 90.50 to get 5 points up under this fair value gap right there, right? Boom, I went short, right? I'm happy. It's going in my favor, right? It's starting to stall out, but I'm not worried. I'm trusting the process, not seeing that I'm sitting right on this this mean threshold of this breaker, not understanding that I'm sitting right on the mean threshold of this breaker, and I'm sitting right on top of the fair value gap that I'm supposed to be going long on, right? Because I'm waiting on the break in market structure, right? So when price gets here and starts stalling, right? Now with my current setup, right? With my current setup on the looking at the 1 minute, I would need price to go up, take out this high, and then come back down and take out this low. Right. And once it took out that low, then I would need to have a fair value gap in the wake. You know what I'm saying? In the wake of a breaker that's right around here somewhere. Right. Right. In the way I would need of a breaker that's over here somewhere. But that would be my breaking market structure, giving me a breaker that's over here somewhere. Like this would be my breaker over there, right around here. My breaker would be in there, right? So coming over, right? We come up, right? Coming back to this fair value gap. I'm still trusting the process, right? Coming, boom, right there. I'm supposed to be going long right there, right? I'm supposed to be going long right there, right? But I'm not going long there, but that right there just gave me my breaker, right? But since it was coming down and I'm like, hey, it's struggling at these fair value gaps. Let me go back, right? Let me go back. that's implementing my requirement, right, unknowingly forced me to wait on the right move, right? And since it started dilly-dallying right here, I said, hey, let me back up and see what's really going on, right? And then when I zoomed out, I went to the 15-minute, and that's when I saw it was coming back to the perfect spot to go long. You know what I'm saying? It was coming back to the perfect spot to go long, right? And like you say, like as we already know, it price eventually, it dilly-dally, but price eventually went up, right? Now, it never got down to that 90.50. So the old me would have been stopped out, took a loss, right? All because I thought I saw my setup, right? And it was, right? It technically was my setup, right? It came down. It went up above a level of buy side. It had started coming down, right? It had started coming down. It retraced back up to a fair value gap, right? But I would get short just for it to come down here, not hit my target, not hit my 5 points, and then reverse on me. Why? Because I wasn't waiting for it to do the true run of liquidity and then look for my setup, right? And then look for my setup, because waiting on it to do that true run on liquidity, right? It gives you more of a picture of where price is actually trying to get to, right? Where price is actually trying to get to, right? Because if you just focus on, if you learn how to focus on what's the draw, and that's, once I figured that out about focusing on what's the draw, ICT said that a long time ago. He was like, understanding what the draw is. And then I didn't make it up myself. I've heard other traders talking about it, but you know what I'm saying, the way that stuck with me the best about focusing on what's the draw is looking at how price the rejection and dissemination, right? The rejection and distribution of how, you know what I'm saying, did you get rejection and then distribution the other way? Okay, the draw is at the other end that sent you here. Did you not get rejection and you're getting like distribution in the same way? Okay, keep looking left to where your next target is, the next draw is. That's what really helped me start to improve, like with my success rate, right? Because again, looking at the hourly candles, right? This right here on the hourly candles, nothing about these hourly candles is telling me try to go short, right? Nothing about it at this time is saying try to go short, right? Because whenever we came down below an hourly candle, right? See how we getting strong rejection every time we come below every hourly candle, and then this candle here, when we got up under the consolidation, right? We got that heavy rejection, right? Got a heavy rejection coming back inside the body of that breaker there, right? And then we're going up, and then even here on this probably was the news candle. The news candle came all the way back down, boom, to the breaker. Came all the way back down to the breaker, coming up under all of these lows, right? Came all the way down there and then sucked all the way back up, rejection there. You know what I'm saying? And now this next hour, you came in and it pushed up, right? Now it pushed up, right? So is the draw still here? You know what I'm saying? Every time you go above a high, you always got the opportunity of a reversal. But remember, knowing when the move is disqualified, for lack of better terms, right? What makes the move like disqualified, right? So looking at this price leg right here, right? Looking at this price leg right here, one can argue and say this is when this price run started, right? Because this is the lowest low of this price leg right here, right? So a break in market structure with continuation below this low right here, right? A break in market structure with continuation below that low right there. And what's continuation? When you don't come below that low and get rejection, like get a long wick rejecting you off. That's rejection. Like if you come below this low and wick way back up, right? That's reject. But if you come below this low and you close below the low, right? If you come below that low and you close below the low, then that's continuation. You know what I'm saying? So this is the move that took us there. So if we come up to this buy side or get close to it and reject off, right? Right? You start looking at this low, the draw would be here, but this draw won't be null and void. This won't be null and void out of the picture until you get a break down here with continuation there. Because now, right? Because now, if you do that, now you got a bearish breaker, right? Now you got a bearish breaker on the hourly time frame right there where your 15-minute bullish breaker is, right? You got a 15-minute bullish breaker on the lower time frame. It's a green candle over here right there on the 15-minute. That was made a breaker. You know what I'm saying? Once the low came down and took out that high, like once we came down and took out that high, we had a breaker inside there on the 15-minute, right? Now that we come back down, right? Now that we come back down, we would have a breaker here because this low came over and took out that high right there. We came down, that low took out that high, and then we came back down. So now we got an hourly bearish breaker there, right? With a continuation there. So we would be looking for a reason to go short there. But if in the mean and with a move this big, right, you can have a successful short in this area with a move this far, but that will require, you know what I'm saying, a different level of skill as you grow. But like in the broad scheme of things, just forgetting what time frame it is, like a lot of people always be like, what time frame? In the broad scheme of things, right? In the broad scheme of things, just understanding, waiting on, right, the draw and then the rejection, that will start to force you to unknowingly wait for the proper draw, right? And then once you understand, and then once I understood, hey, what's the proper draw? The proper draw for me is taking out liquidity like on at least a 15-minute, preferably an hour, right? Because that yields a better chance of a reversal, right? If it, you know what I'm saying, if it's going to go the other way for a certain period of time. And then learning, hey, if we get up here and not make it to or reject off of this high, then now the draw is the opposite end of the price leg, right? Not saying you got to get there, but that's the draw there. And then once I start to understand that, it everything changed. I see a dissertation over here. What you said? Good morning. Let me go back. Miss you guys. Yes, all is well. Welcome back. Uh, yo. We got to see all the behind the scenes screens. For real. I was like, that studio is amazing. We if I could get the thing not to whistle, if I could figure out how to get this not to whistle, I give y'all a quick studio tour. Mm-hmm. What's up? Did you say on the earlier live that the higher time frame liquidity that you are referring to is 1 hour or 15-minute liquidity? Yes, I answered this without even trying. For me, my preferred liquidity run is the hourly, and that's for my intraday day trading. My preferred liquidity run is the hourly, and then I'll start looking for my setup once we get rejection or continuation off of that, right? Most of the time, I'm looking for the rejection, right? I ain't gonna hold you. I would take it off the 15-minute, but prefer the hour. And then once I get it on the hour, on the 15-minute, then I drop down to the 5-minute and the 1 minute. So this is exactly what I be looking for, right? I look for a hourly. Let's find out. Okay, right here. Let's come here. All right. So on this hour right there, let me move all this other stuff out the way that I don't need. I can delete all of this. I probably have to redraw it, but I'm going to delete it anyway. Okay, so now on this hourly candle right there, that 4 o'clock candle, right? That 4 o'clock candle, let's just say we noticed that we hit this we hit this low right here, and we're rejecting off of it, right? We noticed that, boom. We noticed we hit that low and we're rejecting now, right? So boom, drop down one level, right? You can drop down one level. There you go, boom. Drop down one level, and you notice here, this is the fifth. So once you drop down, and we noticed on the hour we were rejecting, now we would be making this candle right there. That candle right there will be making once we drop down to 15-minute, right? So now we're making that candle right there because we noticed it on the hour and we dropped down to 15-minute, and we say, okay, boom, we getting rejection off of 15-minute. Now, if my setup, right, I'm watching 15-minute, like in this case, highs. I'm watching 15-minute levels, right? So I'm watching this level right here, right? Because that's the breaking market structure that I need on 15-minute, right? So boom, I mark that out. That's the 15-minute breaking market structure I need. And then boom, I'm going to 5, right? I'm going to 5, right? So now on the 5-minute level, right? On the 5-minute level, we're making this candle right here. This candle is being printed on the 5-minute level. When we get down here, we're printing this candle right here, right now, right? This candle right there, I'm sorry, y'all. The 425 candle, the 425 candle is being printed right now when we drop the 5-minute, right? So boom, on 5 minutes, right? I'm like, okay, I like this breaking market structure on the 5-minute, right? That's the one I like, right? And why do I like that breaking market structure on the 5-minute, right? I'm glad you asked that question, because this low this low here came up here and took out that high, right? So right there, the draw was down here, right? Right at this point, the draw was down here, right? So now that the draw is down here from there, now that high has come down and taken out that low, right? So once we trade back above that right there, that gives me my breaker on the 5-minute right there, right? That gives me my breaker on the 5-minute right there. So I'm liking that breaking market structure on the 5-minute too, right? If you are a little more risk tolerable, right? You also have a swing high right there, right? You also have a swing high right there that could be, you know what I'm saying, that will give you, you know what I'm saying, like a little, because that high took out that low, and when you trade back above it, it'll give you a breaker right there also. But since I know this 5 minute lines up with the higher time frame 5 minute, I would really be loving that one right there, right? So now that I got that marked out, off to skinny mini, I go. Right, off to skinny mini, I go. So once we mark all that out, right, we would probably be on this candle over here somewhere, because we were still making that 5 minute candle, and that 5 minute candle won't be made until this candle right here close. This is when the next candle starts over there. So it was still going up. So we would probably be on this candle right here. So now you got your higher time frame stuff marked out, and that's why it's good to watch the price print, because when you come and just sit down, sometimes you can get sucked into, and I get sucked into, you get sucked into, hey, this is where we are right now, and this is what it looked like, and you don't know the story that's been going on. That's why a lot of times you hear ICT, he be like, I've been away, I need to get in sync with the market. Because when you just sit down and look at the chart, you got to go back and read the story, like, hey, how did we get here? Right? So now I know where everything is, and now I'm just waiting for, you know what I'm saying, I know we've taken it, and now I'm waiting for it to give me my breaker, right? We just move forward, do boop, and right here on this one here, it didn't even stop there. It ain't even stop at this one right here. It didn't even stop at the high. It hit it, and it went all the way up and gave us, you know what I'm saying, the break there. Right now, you're looking for PD arrays. You're looking for fair value gaps, right? You're looking for fair value gaps that you want to trade off of, right? Now that since I said that, now let's start using our tools that we, you know what I'm saying, that we already got, right? So now, let's say you got your appetite for risk is a little bit higher, right? Your appetite for risk is a little bit higher, and you was willing to go long down here on this fair value gap right there, right? If yours was a little higher and you willing to go long on that fair value gap, solely based off the fact that you just ran sell side on the hourly time frame, and you got heavy rejection right here. Boom, you got heavy rejection right there. You like, okay, that's enough for me to get long right there, right? Happy for you. That's not me, right? So let's look at our the tools that we got, right? We've come down, we off sell side, came up, right? Offer buy side, you know what I'm saying? All this right here. And then when we get over here, boom, right? We taking off, right, to the top, right? And then we come back down into it, right? So we took off there. I'm sorry, I skipped a step. So boom, we took off there, right? So this the candle that left after we offer sell side buy side, right? So now that's the candle that left. So from this candle, right, all the way over, we just go all the way over here for the fun of it, right? Right, all the way there, just for the fun of it, right? Balanced out. Considered to be a balanced price range, right? Right. So then we come up here to this high right there, and then boom, we take off again, right? So from the candle before it there, now all of this right here is considered a balanced price range right there, right? So now, right? So now that we got all of that right there, right? This on the 1 minute, we're not expecting price. We're not expecting price to try to get back below this low over here, right? We're not expecting that, right? Because all of this is considered a balanced price range. So if we get our Fibonacci and run it from that low to that high, we're not expecting price. We're not expecting price to drop down below that low, because this is the low from when we left this balanced price range, right? to the high. So now we're looking for PD arrays we would want to buy off of in the discount, right? Where's the fair value gap? Over here in the discount, right? You got a fair value gap here. That's in the premium, right? You come down here, you got a fair value gap here in the discount down there, right? Mark out your discount fair value gap. Right, fair value gap. This is a 1 minute chart, yes. Bullish 1 minute, right? Mark out your fair value gap there, right? In the discount, right? You got your breaker over here. Well, we marked all that out before I deleted it, right? But you got we already had your breaker over there that we had marked out that we was watching. That's your 1 minute fair value gap in the discount of this price leg right there, right? We're not looking at an entry down here, right? Because we're considering this a balanced price range. Do we have to account for it? Yes, we have to account for it down here because it's an imbalance, but we don't anticipate it going down there. So if your risk tolerance allows you, right, you can account for the imbalances by coming below this low. But if your risk tolerance don't allow for you, you just suck it up and say, hey, there's an imbalance down there. I may get stopped out if it drops below this low because my risk tolerance only going to let me put my stop below this low, right? And so we move it forward, right? We come down, we still safe right there, right? Not below that low, not below that order block. We're still safe right there. And then we already know how it play out. It goes up. But that's how I walk it through from the hourly 15.5 1. 1,000. The draw definitely makes it click. It's similar to first realizing that hat stuff like higher time frame order blocks often translate to lower time frame. Okay, that's what's up. High time frame, period range supreme. Comments. For realizing. Yes. I thought that's what you said. Thank you for confirming. Yes. That's what I get for typing before walking into this meeting. Hey, Tim, I'm screen recording a tape reading session right now. The mini vid of your LS is on. This will go on my channel. Let me say, hey, Tim, I'm screen recording a tape reading session right now in a mini vid of your live. Is that your live stream? Y'all killing me. Y'all killing me with the initials. Your live stream is on. This will go on my channel. Do you mind? Nah, I don't care. You can put it on there. These ain't my concepts. This ICT stuff. I'm just sharing the way I understand it. I don't care. Market open. Balance price range, yes. Thank you for the breakdown, yes. Very helpful walkthrough, Tim. Thank you. You're welcome. I figured that one out. Hey, since the market open, and we here. Yeah, we here. I want to change this to daily candles and bring your attention to that far side of the screen over there. And then after we do this, I'm gonna try to see if I can open this without whistling, and then I'll give y'all a studio tour. Make sure I ain't got that incriminating in here. You see my mouse hovering over a ticker called the SPY. The SPY is the ETF that tracks the performance of the S&P 500. Around here, we like to call her Spylene. We even wrote a song for. You want to hear it? I know you do. I'm gonna share it with you. If you never heard it before, prepare to be serenaded and entertained. If you have heard it and you know the lyrics, please sing it with me on the count of 3. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Sing it with me. Spotly, Spotly, where you at, baby? Here I go. Hey, how you doing? I'm glad that you came through. Spotly, girl, what you trying to do? Nothing can stop you. You all the way up. Spotly say, I'm going up, 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 up. Man, let me see if I should have got them Apple calls yesterday. I'm gonna look at Spotly for a second. I should have got them. Something in my spirit said, get them Apple calls. I should have got them. Yesterday afternoon, I was going through tickers and I said, let me see if there's any tickers I want to buy calls on. I was just going through them, and Apple was the first one I went to because they had earnings yesterday. And I said, Apple is going to do good on their earnings, right? I say, let me see where Apple is, right? But we had came down here, right there. We were at this volume imbalance, right? We were at that volume imbalance right there. But that high had not taken out that low, right? So all I didn't have what I needed. And I was like, I know they don't gonna do good, but I'm not gonna gamble. I knew I should have got something in my spirit because Tesla killed their earnings. Everybody was killing their earnings. And I was like, I should have got them Apple calls. And look at it. Look at, always follow your first mind. But them Visa calls, baby. Woo! Visa had gave me what I wanted, and I jumped on some Visa calls, baby. Golly, it'll make your head pop off. It gave me what I wanted. You feel me? Visa had come, I was going through the tickers, and Visa had come down and got below that low right there. Because it went up, made a high, came down, had a failure swing, right? Came down below that low, and then rejected. It rejected. That rejection right there. I say, Visa giving me what I want. And I jumped on them Visa calls. And boy, look at here. When I put in that V just now, and I saw that, I love it when a plan comes together. I love it when a plan comes together. I'm excited about this. Y'all see my emotion in this right here because I've been like flirting with the idea of trying my ICT concept on stocks, right? And I've been paper trading it, and it's been working well. And it's, you know what I'm saying? This is like my first soiree, if you will, with real money. You know what I'm saying? With real money. So it's like, it just feels good when it translates the way you want it to. When you stick to the rules, it just feels good when it translates the way you want it to. Now, the SPY has come down. The SPY has come down and tapped below this low here. That was our monthly box bottom. If y'all remember, we tapped below that low there and got rejection off of it, right? So now the draw comes back up here. Does it have to get there? No, it doesn't have to get there. But that brings the draw back up here. Notice we've been consolidating this area for a long time, right? We're getting ready to go into, you know what I'm saying, the weak season, right? So, you know what I'm saying, you can play the range, but don't get too greedy outside of the range either way until the market gives you, this is the way I want to go, right? Don't just jump in and be like, hey, we're going into the weak season, so I'm just going to instantly short it when we get to the top, right? Let the market, just like yesterday when I told y'all I was going through different tickers. right? I was going through different tickers. Nothing was giving, not what I want, right? It ain't give me what I want. Apple hit me with the 52 fake out. Apple didn't give me what I wanted, right? And I didn't just get the calls, even because I thought they was going to do good on earnings. You know what I'm saying? That Apple would have been a gamble. It would have been a gamble that paid off, but Apple would have been a gamble, right? Softy, I don't want to mess with that right now. It ain't giving me what I want. You know what I'm saying? Softy ain't giving me what I want. Tesla ain't giving me what it, you know what I'm saying? It's not what I want. Visa was the only one that I went through that was giving me what I wanted. I think I looked at United Healthcare. United Healthcare wasn't giving me what I wanted. United Healthcare would have been a good one, right? That would have surprised me, but that would have been a gamble, right? It would have been a gamble because it wasn't giving me what I wanted, right? Now that I look at United Healthcare would have been a good move. Now that I really look at it, it would have been a good move, right? It would have been a good move. United Healthcare would have been a good move. Yeah, it would have been a good move now that I really look at it, but it wasn't obvious. It ain't stick out. I was looking at it more as like an overtime frame coming back down here, but just looking at like the consolidation there, it would have been a good move, right? Coming back into that fair value gap there. Oh, you can't win them all. But Eileen, we said what she about to do. She's come down, taking out that low. So now that brings the draw back up here. There is a liquidity void in between the first and the second, and there is a fair value gap between the first and the third, up there in the top. That's, you know, standing in the way of touching that. And there's a swing high that's standing in the way of touching this buy side above February 2nd, right? So, and you got relative equal lows down here now. So if we were to, you know, get a nice little push and touch that high, you know what I'm saying, those relative equal lows would be very attractive after taking that buy side and rejecting, or failing to get to that buy side and rejecting, right? That would be new album. Oh, that's my brother. All right, let me see if I can anyone got Apple shares is up though. If you bought right. Oh yeah. I'm up on Apple in my mama account. Yeah, I'm up on Apple in my mama account. Oh yeah, I'm up good. I think average cost is like down here somewhere. Average cost is like down here like around 130 something, I think. Average cost on Apple in my mama grandkids account. Yeah. Congratulations, Marco. Mm-hmm. I'm just some dude from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I appreciate that, Marco. I appreciate that. All right, let me see if I can do this the right way now. Let me see if I could do this the right way now. StreamYard. Last time I used the link, but let me see if I just go to StreamYard. I won't let me. Oh, enter studio. Hopefully it don't make no noise. Check. I don't know why it make me make me put this in. It's whistling. Is it still whistling?
Yep.
Man, I'm sorry, y'all. Check, 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 check. Is it whistling? It's not whistling. I don't hear nothing on my phone. Let me see. Can y'all hear me? Is it still whistling to y'all? If y'all can hear me with no whistle, put a 1 in the chat. No, y'all can't hear me? 1. Oh, you hear me. Okay, okay, cool. Okay, cool. I wish I could flip the camera. You can't. I guess you can't. You can't flip the camera. I wish you could flip. You can't flip the camera on here. That look really freaky. So I'll do it like that. No. Okay. Can't. Look, turn it around. Right. Ain't that fancy, man. This what this black spider chair right here. Right. So this is I just got the green screen. It's pent up around if I stand where I be sitting. Right. Right. That's my chair. It just got the green screen around the top. Right. I got it connected around the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? Right. Got it connected around the ceiling. And then this my old camera stuff that I used to use. Right. Got the Canons 5D. Got 2 of those. Got the Canons. Some lenses down there. Some Canon lenses. This was the old vlog camera right here. We used to vlog with this camera right here. We used to vlog with this camera right here. This was one of my cameras I used to use, and I used to vlog with this. And then I gave it to my son, and then it just broke one day. And then so I bought that one. And then I gave him a vlog camera. He got a vlog camera too. He don't vlog no more, but yeah, that's my old stuff. And then this the camera I be streaming with. That's the big dog. I be streaming with. Whole lot. I used to use all these to like shoot weddings and commercials and stuff. Then of course I got the dual monitors. That's my plaque, my trade and travel plaque. This was my wife's cup when she was in the military. I keep that on my desk. That's my mic. That's my audio interface over there that I hook up. Just got that. And I got like the lights. This is the light to give me the color on the side of my face. This is the light that be falling on my head right here to make it look like I'm actually in the room. Right? To make me look like I'm actually in the room because the room got certain colors on it. The room, if I put me back in there, see the room got like the red and the purples and stuff like that right there. So I got the red light above me up here. I got the red light there. And then I got like a purplish color light over there to make it look like I'm in the room. But yeah, man, that's it. And then that's the real picture. The real picture of my sweetie is back there. That's the real picture of my sweetie back there. I don't know if you can see it because I can't see the screen no more. Yeah, that picture up on the wall. And then these are the books. These are things I told y'all I built. I made these right here. Those there. Got one up there. The little soundboards. I built those right there. They like all around the studio. They in the corners. Got ones on the side right there. Cause I used to do music. So it's like I built a little
the little soundboards. Built the soundboards to like absorb, and I just knocked the light off again to absorb all the acoustics in the room.
But yeah, man, that's it, man. Nothing fancy. And then I got a guitar that I started trying to learn that years ago, right? Started trying to learn how to play the guitar years ago. And I don't know if y'all can see it. Now you can't see it. Yeah, you can't see it. It's like I had like a cut on my finger from the string, right? I had a cut on my finger from the string, and that just deterred me from. I was like, I can't do it no more. I said one day I was gonna go back and actually learn how to do it. I had taught myself how to play the keyboard one time. Thank you. You're far too kind. You are welcome. No way. Don't do that to yourself. You are never slow. Some of the family mentioned behind the scenes. Oh, they must be talking about that. Oh, she said I'm slow. No, nothing here is expensive. It's all very inexpensive, cheap. It's copies of everything. There's nothing nice in here. What type of trading channel is this? Okay. What? Stop hanging around with Robinson. Stop hanging around with Robinson, man. You crazy. Stop hanging with Robinson. Hey, man. Let me see. That's it. How do I get out of here? I don't want to end. Hold on. Remove black spot. I was trying to figure out how to. If I hit end on there, I was gonna end the live on y'all. But so that's it. Nothing fancy, man. Nice little simpler setup. It was easy. It was easier just to hang the green screen on the ceiling than to, keep trying to pop it up behind me. It was just easy, and I could move around better in here. And then like if my wife and my son want to come in here with me, we ain't got to try to be fighting behind the little green screen. It's just easier just to put up a curtain so that all the camera can see is green. And then, yes, my father was a carpenter, man. My dad was a carpenter. I could do anything. Yeah, man. Hey, man, that's all I got. Like I said, the market's open. If you're gonna trade, please trade safe. You're not gonna trade, please take copious notes so you can go back and study what you saw today. Speaking of taking copious notes, I have to go back and look at the options masterclass video so that I can prepare for this evening, because this evening is going to be options masterclass part 2. I'm going to go back through and look at the video that I when I did the impromptu options masterclass. Man, looking at that thing right there make me, I need to go get a haircut. Your boy looking bad. I was looking quite dapper right there. But I'm going to go through that video. I know I didn't talk about expiration dates, so the focus probably going to be primarily on that, depending on what I see in the what's the name? In the and see that's this I'm looking at a picture. That's that photography and videography in me. Cause see how I got that rim light shining on my face right there. You see that rim light and then that hair light up there, right? Those, if you want to make it look like you got the fanciest camera in the world, or you just want to make your pictures look different. Like when people see your pictures you take, they be like, man, it's all about the lighting. It's about the lighting. If you can get a rim light, something to like highlight the side of you, and it because it kind of like separates you from the background, and then have like a hair light right there. Because you see, like my main light, the key light is like light in my face right here, right? The key light is light in my face, right? Photography tip 101, right? Whatever your main source of light is, right? Your main source of light, right? You have a main source of light, that's your key light, right? And then we talk about 3-point lighting. You have a key light, you have a rim light, and you have a hair light, right? So your key light is going to be your main source of light, right? So if you want your main source of light to be like on the person's face, right? So you have the main source of light, and then have it like, don't have it directly on them, because it's going to take away all the shadows in their face, and it's going to make them look like doing South Park, right? You want to put it off to, like, depending on how strong of an image you want to make, you want to put it off to the side, right? Whatever side you put it on, right? Have them look toward it, and then you shoot on the opposite side of the light, right? Meaning the light is on this side of my face, right? It's shining on this side of my face predominantly, right? So you want to stand on this side of their face and take the picture. Have the camera pointing primarily at this side of their face. What does that do? That's going to slim their face down and make them not, they call that short lighting. You're shooting into the shadow side of their face. And so it's going to slim their face down and make them not look as fat face. If you shoot on the same side, like if you have them look away from the light and you shoot into the light, you're shooting, that's called broadsiding. And so it's like you're gonna, like, this whole side of their face is going to be lit up, and the shadow is going to be on the short side of the face. So the bigger part of the face, you're going to be shooting into it, and it's going to make their face look bigger, going to make their face look wider. So if you want to make them look slimmer, you want to do short lighting, right? Where you have them look into the light and shoot into the shadow side of their face. And then you got the key light on this side of their face. Then you want to have the rim light hitting the shadow side, right? Just kissing that shadow side to give them a little bit of separation from the back, because the shadow is on this side of their face. And so you want that light to come in and kiss that shadow side of their face to give them some separation. And ooh, here's a doozy. If you have a warm light on their face, if you put a cool light, like you notice how my face looks like got an orangish tint to it because it's a warm light on my face. Then if you put like a daylight light, like a bluish light, like on the rim light, whoo, that adds a little something to it. And then you got the hair light popping down right there. So now you got the whole little effect of this right here is like, boom, giving you some pop of the hair off the background. This is cutting you off the background, separating you from the shadows. And then that's your key light, and you're shooting into the shadow side of the face. Photography 101, baby. Photography 101. All on a trading channel. How you like me now? How you like me now? Hey, man, that's all I got. I appreciate y'all for putting up with my antics. I appreciate you. And you can do them with selfies too. You can selfie it up. I taught my wife that. So now my wife, she like the selfie queen. She know all about, you know what I'm saying? It's more than just the angles, it's the light. She know how to find the light. You know what I'm saying? She know how to get right. And you know, it's all about the light. It's all about the light. Hey, man, I'll see y'all tonight at 6:30. If the Lord say the same. Y'all enjoy y'all day, man. Be safe. Gone.